Good morning. It's great to have you along at this STEMtastic event. I hope you're going to have fun with me today. So if I've met you before, and I know quite a few of my students are on here, hello to you. If I've never met you before, well, hello to you as well. This is going to be really good fun because we're going to do some science experiments together, and you can do these things at home. If you don't have all the ingredients with you, if you don't have everything you need, don't worry. As has been said, you can watch the video again later and then get the ingredients and have a go yourself. As I say, if there are any questions, please let us know. Oh, I've got Fleur, Emmy, Posey and Micah. These are some of my regular students. Good morning to you. I will say good morning to some of the people I already know, which is always very nice. So I'll tell you a little bit about me and what I do later, but the first thing is let's get and do some experiments together. So the first thing you're going to need, spoon and a bowl. This is going to be really useful. You're going to make a mess otherwise. And hopefully you'll have with you some shampoo. This is good. This is shampoo. It'll be any shampoo you like. This one, what does this smell of? Orchids and coconut. Ooh, that will smell nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some of this into my bowl. Oh, sorry, I've got messages coming up and it's very small. I can, hence the glasses. So some of the questions people ask is, how much do I put in? Well, the answer is as much as you want really, but I would suggest putting a very small amount in first to give it a try and make sure it works, because sometimes it doesn't always work. Doesn't mean it's wrong. All it means is you've discovered how not to do it. So we change it when we do it next time. So let's have a go. This is going to be messy, by the way. So let's put a bit of, oh, it's lovely blue colour. Coconut, reminds me of my holidays. So I've got some of this. Put yours in as well. Then I am going to need some corn flour. That's it. Just look at, there it is, corn flour. Now, if you don't have corn flour, I have been told by some of my students who've done this before that you can actually use, is my mum's shampoo again? Yes, it is. Don't tell her though. She doesn't know. This is corn flour. Okay, you can get it from any supermarket. Hello, Oscar. It's nice to meet you again. Oscar Goody, Oscar and Isaac. Lovely to have you aboard. So what we're going to do, Matilda's laughing at that last comment, but it's true. My mum doesn't know I've got her shampoo. So what you can use is corn flour, but you can apparently, I've been told that you can use self-raising flour, ordinary flour as well. I like to use this because I know it works. Megan Mayhew. What are we using? You've just joined. Okay, we're making slime. So the first thing you need is, if you are a bit late, you can always join in. I've got a little bit of time, so we're okay. I've got shampoo. You can use any shampoo you like. Okay. Sometimes I like to use real poo, but this time I'm only using the sham stuff, the fake stuff. Okay. It's a bit of a joke, gone over most people's heads, I know, but there we go. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to use this, and we're going to I know, I can be funny at times. The rest of the time I'm not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some corn flour and add a little bit to my shampoo. Only a little bit at a time. We don't want to add too much. So what we're going to do is add a little bit to here. Oh, that's quite a lot. Okay, hope you can see it's in there. And now we need to mix. It's cooking with chaos. Oh dear me, this is and what it does is the corn flour will start to stick to the shampoo. Now, what I want it to do is I need it to stick together a bit like pastry. Okay, it's quite easy. There we go. Now it's looking a bit pasty still. It's still not right. So actually, I need a little bit more of the flour. So let's put that in. There we go, a little bit of flour. Is it a case of trying it? I can't tell you the exact measurements because there is no exact measurements. You do whatever works for you. It's beginning to get stickier, which is what we need. Stickier is a great word, isn't it? I like that word. And it smells of coconut. I wonder if I put it in the oven, I wonder what happens. It will set fire to it, so don't do it. Right, let's put some more corn flour in. Good job I put a tablecloth on today. I'll make a real mess. I hope it's sunny where you are. It's very warm here at the moment, and I'm wearing my lab coat. I always wear my lab coat when I'm doing some things because it can be a little bit dangerous. But it's very warm out, and I'm very pleased about that because it's been very wet the last few days. So wherever you are in the world, I hope it's a nice day for you. There it is. It's beginning to stick together. So I know it's working. This is really good. It's a shame I can't see what you're doing, but there's so many of you, I wouldn't be able to see. So can you see it's coming off of the bowl and it's sticking? It looks like icing sugar. No, don't do it. Oh, no, shampoo. Don't do that. Bad news. It'll make your tongue go all frothy. So let's have another go. So if you are one of my regular students on my channel, you will know that I like to go on a lot about this thing. The periodic table of elephants, as one of my students calls it. Okay, what is it? What is the periodic table of elements? It is what everything in the universe is made of. We have a rule. If I can see it, it's made of these things. If you can touch it, it's made of these things. If you can feel it, feel my breath, can't see it, but I can feel it, it's made of these things. So elements is what everything in the universe is made of. Sorry, my dog is down here, my dog Lenny, and he's just bitten my foot because I've trodden on him. Sorry, Len. There we go. These things happen in live science. So what I've got is this mix here. Now comes the bit messy bit, because what I need to do is I'm going to slowly take it off. And it really is sticky, so I'm going to put it back in the bowl and pick up some of the loose stuff. Now, if you fit, oh, look, it's crumbly. It's crumbly. That's actually a good sign. From Megan Mayhew. Sorry, what have you added? I'm lost. Just getting my stuff for the slime. Okay, that's Audrey Costa. That's good. Okay, right. This is very simply shampoo with a bit of corn flour added to it. And what it's doing, it's turning into a new substance. Shampoo, oh, thank you. I've got lots of messages coming in, a bit quick for me. I can't read that fast. But can you see how it's now changed? I'm putting it as near as I can to the camera without falling over the table. So it's changing. And this is very good because this tells me we have got something called a chemical reaction going on. You see, when these things in little groups, you put them together, sometimes they just bang about and do nothing. Sometimes these things actually join together. And when they do that, we get what we call a chemical reaction. And that's what we've got here. We've taken powdery flour and we've taken some shampoo, which is a bit wet, so it's a liquid, and we put them together and we've got this. Can you see how it's changing? So for this first one, we have got corn flour and shampoo. That's all it is. That's really good. Now, what I'm doing here is keeping it moving. And by keeping it moving, I've actually done this round the wrong way. I was going to do this one last, but I've done it first because I'm allowed to. I'm a scientist. Can you see what happens? It's beginning to change it, and it's also beginning to stretch. This is good. It's now beginning to work. I have the shampoo. This is good. This is good. And when it breaks, this is the cool bit. When it breaks, if you put it together and squeeze it and roll it together, it turns back into one lump again. It stretches. It has a lovely feel to it. This is what it's all about. So there we go. Have a good old squeeze and a bit of a play with it. Now, the important thing with this is you need to keep it clean. If you keep dropping it on the floor, it will pick up all the dirt and the dust and all the powdery things as well. And we don't want that. So there we go. Look, I can now shape shampoo into, I'm going to have a go. Let me just have a quick, I'm playing with this. I love to play with it. You can't put it down. Once you start, it's really good fun. There we go. So I've got a ball. I've got this lovely ball of slime. There we go. And what I'm going to do, OVA glue. You could use PVA glue, but that's different. I will do that one in a little bit, if that's okay. We'll do, this is shampoo and corn flour. Okay. There we go. I've made a cube. This is clever. You could do all sorts of things with it. I love playing this. And now I'm squeezing it. It's dry. It doesn't leave any marks on your hands. This is really good. I'm not sure. What are you not sure about? You're not sure about corn flour and shampoo? Or you're not sure about PVA? That's really interesting. It's a good, interesting comment. Perhaps you'd like to explain a little bit more. So what we've got, for those of you that have just joined, you can watch again later. But what we are going to do is this. We have got corn flour and shampoo and added together, and we have this material here. Is there any alternatives? Alternatives. What did we use? Yes, Professor Kaos's recipe will be on the website and you can watch it again. Okay, so there it is. That is our first. Slow. Oh, crumbs, landed on the dog. Sorry, Nick. Dear. It does get a bit messy at times, but again, pick it up. It's really good. Great to play with. Okay, should we do something else? Right, I like explodey things. Hands up if you like explodey things. Pull your hand down because there we go. Hands up if you like explodey things. I like explodey things. Yes, me too. We like explodey things. I'm going to do one quick. Okay, this is something you can't do at home. Okay, bad news. Okay, if you do, fire brigade comes round, mum or dad then has a go at me. So please don't do it. Okay, we have lots of me's. Yes, we're going to have it. So I'm going to put that to one side because that is really cool. I do have a competition today, so watch out for that at the end. I'm going to give something away because I like to give things away. Right, the first thing I'm going to do, I have this bottle. This is highly dangerous. As you can see, it's a drinks bottle with a hole in it. Now, the interesting thing is I like to blow things up. So I'm going to roll my sleeves up a bit more. Now, this is actually really important. It is a little bit dangerous, so we need to be careful, okay? You don't do this at home unless you're with a parent and you get an adult to help you. Is it dangerous? Yes, it is. I'm allowed to do this because my mum said I can, which is very important, and I am a scientist and I'm specially trained. So this bottle is well used. I use this a lot. I particularly like this one. Is there anything in my bottle? Well, there looks like some bits of wood and stuff, but anything else in my bottle? Yes, there is. It contains some of these elements. It contains number 1 and number 8. And it also contains some other ones because I'm not talking about water here. I'm talking about air. It contains lots of different gases. This is very important. Okay, lots of people are joining in. I'm sorry, you're way behind. Don't worry, you can catch up later. We've already made one lot of slime. It's really good. Anyway, we're going to blow something up. So what I've got in here is air, and air is really important because it contains an element that we use if you want to make things burn, and that is the element of oxygen. Oxygen is really important. There's oxygen all around us. We're breathing it in. We breathe it out. Oxygen is everywhere. Very, very important. Oxygen is one of the things we need if we want to burn things. I have this liquid here. Now, this is very important. This is called methylated spirit, okay? It is not petrol. Petrol is out. We never, ever, ever play with petrol. Petrol is really, really bad, okay? Petrol, completely wrong. And the reason is because you can't burn this liquid. This liquid doesn't burn. But we can burn something that comes from the liquid. It's a gas. And this is really important because what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of liquid into my bottle. That's all I need. I don't need a lot. Now, this is really important. I have a liquid in my bottle. It's a lovely purple colour, which happens to be my favourite colour. And what I'm doing is I'm mixing it together. And I can actually smell the gas. So this liquid is turning into gas. This is very important. And I'll tell you why it's important, because the liquid doesn't burn, and we will prove it. Hello, Nikki Turnham. She just said hi. So good morning to you. And Sally as well. Right, so I've got my liquid in here. It's now converting into a gas. We need to set light to it. As I said, I'm allowed to do this because I'm a scientist and I'm trained to do it, and I'm allowed to. I'm going to use a match. What I'm going to do is I'm going to light the match. I'm going to put the match over the top of here. And what should happen is the flame should go inside and it will burn the gas. I am really hoping. Okay. So if I hold it here and put it in, you should also be able to hear it. Oh, it doesn't want to go today. Live science for you. It just didn't work. How very strange. I can smell it. It probably needs a... Oh, I know, people are laughing. It happens all the time. But you know what? That's really interesting. Don't ever worry if it doesn't work. It doesn't matter. You can always have another go. I know what I can do. I'll put it in here. I'll add a little bit more. I know. Professor Kaos gets it right. You wouldn't believe how many times my science experiments do not work. It happens all the time. Morning from Erin. Good morning, Erin. They don't work all the time. That's fine. I don't mind that at all because it doesn't matter. I'm learning. I learn all the time. So I'm going to have one more go with it. If not, I'm going to warm it up by putting it in the window. It should make a whistling sound and scare the life out of everybody. It scares me. Right. Morning from Lily and Harrison. Good morning to you. Okay, here we go. Let's try. I'm going to squeeze it out and put it in. That worked. Oh. It's gone. The flame has gone. You heard it. Now, I have got one of these videos in slow motion of a gas that I exploded in a theatre, and you can see it working really well. I am going to do this one, and I am going to put it live on the internet one day as a video, so you can go along and have a watch in slow motion. What happens is it's the gas that's burnt. Can you see the liquid's still there? There's no fire because the gas is what's burning, not the liquid. That is a very important experiment. You know, it's so clever. You want to do it again? I've just seen the word again coming up. Ooh. Hello from Finley. Good morning to you, Finley. Again from Nikki. What were we talking about? I know. Oh, yes. When I was many years ago, I did the Edinburgh Festival and I did a show with lots of students from Edinburgh University, and I asked the question, give me a liquid which burns. And everybody says petrol, alcohol, diesel, oil. But of course, liquids don't burn. You can't burn a liquid. What you have to do is turn the liquid into a gas. A car engine, if you put petrol into your car engine without turning it into a gas, your engine will not work. That is a very important thing. We have learned something today. I've learned something. This isn't work. Freya and Isabella, good morning to you. Right. I am going to leave it for a couple of minutes. I will come back to it. I will do it again because I need to get the gas in there. I've now burnt the gas, so there's no real gas in there. So I'm going to leave it in the window over here because it's nice and sunny. And that will warm it up, I hope. Right, science. Yes, that's what I do for a living. I know. People pay me to do this. You wouldn't believe it, would you? Right, shall we do another one? Let's make some more slime. Another bowl. Okay. Where's my other bowl gone? Oh, it's on the floor. I'm going to use it because I'm messy bowl. Yay, slime. I know. I love slime. It's great fun to make. I love doing it in schools and in classes. We make a right mess. And then I scarper quick before mums turn up and tell me off. Right. What I'm going to use for this one is corn flour again. We love corn flour. Hello, Sally. I think it's a hello. I can't really see. It's very small writing. I'm going to put a bit of flour in here, which I've now just sprayed all over my desk. Okay. How much flour? That's what everyone says. Can we use a different flour? The answer is yes. I didn't know this, but one of my students told me. One of my students worked out you can actually use self-raising flour, gluten-free self-raising flour. So I'm presuming you can use lots of other flour. I've got dirty fingers now. Okay, so what we're going to do, I've got a little bit of flour in here. And what I'm going to do is, apart from spray my desk with flour, I'm going to use washing up liquid. Okay, oh dear. I'm going to put a squeeze in. How much washing up liquid? This is a dish soap. Yes, Americans call this dish soap. Yeah, you can call it dish soap. We call it washing up liquid. Okay, so depending on where you are in the world is what you call it. When you go on the internet, there's lots of slime recipes and they often use Americanisms. Now, if you happen to be British, we often don't understand what they mean. They're just simple things that you have in your house. So if we use some words, some of our American friends who may be watching, they wouldn't understand what it is either. So there we go. So I'm going to use some washing up liquid and I'm going to put some washing up liquid into my corn flour. How much do I use? No idea. Let's just find out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a bit of washing up liquid. I'm not American, but I like to say it anyway. Dish soap, do you really? Me, not American. Dylan, you're not an American. I'm not an American. I have been to America. I quite like America. So what I've got is, I've got a mixture of flour with washing up liquid, and it's not really doing anything today. I'm not American. I'm not. Lots of people aren't American. No, I would imagine most people watching today are here in the UK, but you might have some of our friends who are watching from around the world. I hope so. It'd be very nice. What I've got is I've got a cornflour. So it's cooking with chaos again. Here we go. Can you see? It's beginning to go a bit sludgy. Now, if you've got yellow washing up liquid, you're going to have yellow slime. I've got green slime because I've got green pine washing up. What is it called? What does it smell of? It doesn't say. It's pine or something like that. Okay. Why? Why what? It's a very good question. Why is a great question if you know what it means, but I have no idea. You have yellow, Mark. Aloe vera. Yes. Always looks like you're saying hello to someone, doesn't it, aloe vera? Right. So I've got this. It's too sloppy. That is nowhere near good enough. So I now have to do is put some more corn flour in. This is where experimenting is very important. If you put too much corn flour in, you're going to have to put some more washing up liquid in. So I've got more corn flour in, and we're going to mix it in again. And I'm looking for the right mix. So it's a case of trying it out and see how you get on. Okay. Do you think I could be on MasterChef? Do you think they'd let me? So what are you going to do? What are you going to cook today? Oh, I'm cooking veal with fries and a special jus. What am I cooking? Corn flour washing up liquid. No, is the answer from Nikki. I can't be on MasterChef. No, I'm not. I'm not that good. I like cooking. Beans on toast is about as good for me as I can get, I'm afraid. I do like cooking, that is, you know, but I'm really not that special. This is much more fun. Shame from... No, it's not a shame. No, I don't think John Terode and Greg would have me on the programme. They'd soon kick me off and get rid of me. Oh my goodness, could you imagine? You could kick omelette. You could cook an omelette. This is excellent. If you like omelette, that's good. Right, it's now what I've got is I've got a mixture that's beginning to break up. It was like our first one. So, I've got this. Oh, it looks like oh crumbs. You can't see my desk, thank goodness. This looks like a bit like that. Can you see? That's the consistency I've got. This is looking a bit like pale green icing. Now, this is the bit where it gets really messy. I'm good at this. I like mess. Okay, so I've got this big lump here. Now I'm going to have to. Oh dear. I'm going to have to pick some more off here because I want loads of this. This is a particularly good one when it's done. So I've got it there. Are you joining in? Are you doing this bit with? So what we've got is we've got another liquid which is now turned into a solid. You're joining in, Audrey. Thank you. Yes, Oscar's joining in. Everyone's joining in. Dylan is puking. You should see some of the things my classes do. You wouldn't believe it. They ask for it. We dissected something recently, and some of my students joined in. Really interesting. So there we are. I've now got this sort of marshmallow looking. It feels beautiful. It's different from the first one that I can't. Oh yeah, here's the first one that's now stuck to my stand. I shouldn't have done that. Oh, dropped it on the floor. Oh, I better pick it up actually. Oh, my mum will kill me. Excuse me 1 second. I'll be back. I'll put some music on, but I haven't got any. Oh, crumbs. There we go. Live cooking with chaos. That's our first one. And here's our second one. They are slightly different. They're different in colour and they're different in texture. This is very cool from Isaac. That's very kind of you, Isaac. I'm looking for somewhere. I'm going to put it back in the other bowl. Okay, right. What's the difference in its feel? One contains shampoo and corn flour. This one contains, I've got hair in my mouth. I think it's off my head. Oh, that's horrible. This one contains washing up liquid and corn flour, but we need to add something else to it. Okay, what I'm going to do is what? That's another question from somebody. What is what? I've got my last bit here. We cannot touch it. Why not? If it's too slimy, add some more corn flour. If it's too dry, add a little bit more washing up liquid. Okay, what I've got now is this. I know the question of life is what? The question of life is 42, apparently, according to Douglas Adams. Is it Douglas Adams? It is Douglas Adams. There we go. So I now have this. So what I'm now going to do is add secret ingredient, baby oil. Okay. Now, corn oil is made from corn. Sunflower oil is made from sunflower. What do you think baby oil is made from? Makes you think, doesn't it? What I'm going to do, baby oil is made from something, but I missed it. Thanks for telling me that, says Zach. Squish. Okay, this is good. I like. What we're going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of it, not too much. Okay, don't make it too oily. Splat from Sally. Okay, I'm going to put just a few drops in. Baby oil is made from babies. No, it's not made from babies. It's for babies. It's not made of babies. Cool. If you knew what it was made from, you wouldn't call it baby oil. I think it's made from petrol. Petrol oil for rubbing on your baby. Yeah, that doesn't work, does it? Right. What I'm going to do is it's in the bowl. I'm going to put that down there for a second. Don't. This normally falls down during my classes on a regular basis. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use my fingers to mix it together. And we're going to put some more baby oil in front there. So good morning to you if you've just joined me. Good morning if I've met you before. Good morning if I've never met you before. I will a special hello to my good friend Russell Broadway, because I know he's watching this morning. Russell has been in isolation for about 4 years, it would seem, and he's getting terribly bored. So if you're watching, good morning. I just read that last comment. Oh, it makes me cringe what baby oil is made from. Poop, not poo. I want to go to school. You want to go to school. That's actually nice if you're wanting to go back to school. Learning is really good. I like to learn. Learning all the time. The sun's gone in and I've appeared very dark all of a sudden. Will it work if I pull the curtain back a bit? Let me pull the curtain up. There. Is that better? You can see me. You want to see the dog? He's gone. He's under the bed. You want to see your friends. I can understand that. School is a really good place to learn. I love learning. I've learned all my life. I'm still learning now. My students teach me unbelievable amounts of stuff. My button on my computer is doing something. He was isolated. He wasn't really 4 years. It just feels like 4 years. Poor old Russ. So, dear old Russ, good morning to you, Russ, if you're watching. He likes to do radio. He's gone back to doing his radio show, which he's allowed to do. I've got a bit of baby oil on here, and what I'm doing, I'm rubbing it in, and it's making it feel smooth and lovely. We like this. It's beginning to change. It's beginning to look really nice. I still think I can put a bit more oil made from babies, apparently, in it. Slippy slime snake. Yes, it's like goo. Of course it is. That's what we're doing. We're making sort of a mixture of goo and snot, really. Alternative is vegetable oil. Yes, it is. You can use sunflower oil or any other oil, actually. I like baby oil, not because it's made of babies, but because it feels nice and it's good. And it's beginning to get smooth and shiny. We like shiny. Goo sausages. Yes. You've now got 2 pots of flour. We've got this sort of gooey sort of, it's lovely. If you haven't made it, you do need to make some. Fudge. You hate fudge. Do you know what? I never used to like fudge, but I've actually grown to like it. Your slime doesn't stretch. Okay, it will do. You just need to keep mixing it. I dropped it on the floor. Oops. Don't tell your mum. If you do drop it on the floor, don't scrub it with water or anything. Let it dry and it just comes out. It's much easier to do that. Right. I am just going to add a little bit more liquid there. Just for a few seconds. I'm rolling it around the bowl. There we go. And it's beginning to go shiny. We like shiny. There we go. Using it for pranking. I do it with my mum. I'll show you what I do in a minute because she's not here to see it. I've got that layer like that. Sometimes you can break a little bit off, you see. what I do is if I stick it there like that, you can't see it. So I'm talking to my mum, and then I'm going to sneeze. Ah! Like that dirty mum scares the life out of her. Do it to teachers as well. Don't say I told you. I'll get into trouble. Right. Okay. So what we've done is we've now got this beautiful shiny ball. I think it can be shinier. I think I need to have more oil from babies. There. Oh, hang on. It's getting really slimy now. I missed that last one. Dough. Yes, it is like dough. Oh no, I'm not going to do that, Matilda. Thank you very much. There we go. I now have this shiny, shiny ball of sludge and fudge or slime or snot or whatever you want to call it. It's really nice. Poo is not a yummy replacement. Oh, it's disgusting. It's all slippy and sliding, and it is beautiful. So what I'm now going to do is I'm going to leave that for about 10 minutes. 10 minutes, and it will be even better. Because even though it's not doing anything at the moment, or it looks like it's not doing anything about it, it actually is. It's starting to change, and I'm going to have to dry my hands using a towel that I have carefully placed here. Right. So we now have 2 lots of slippy slime. Is it satisfying? Yes. Oh yes, it is. It feels so lovely to your touch. It's a very good thing. You can squish it. Now, if you've got a balloon and your balloon will stretch enough, you can actually put some of it. Pink. It's pink or purple. 2 of my favourite colours. Ow. If you put air into a balloon, you'll stretch it. We need to stretch the balloon. Then what you can do, if you squeeze some of this inside of here, seal it up, you have a stress ball, and it's really good. I didn't just bottom burp, thank you, Matilda. It was, in fact, the balloon. It's a bottom burp, it's not a fart. Oh, sorry, shouldn't say that. No, it's a bottom burp, okay? A pop pop, yes, bottom burp. That is the proper scientific word for a, yeah. Don't worry, we all do it. Everybody bottom burps, except for the Queen, of course. The Queen doesn't do that because she's got servants, and the servants do it for her, so she doesn't need to. But the rest of us, we do. My dog farts, bottom burps really badly. What we're doing is we're stretching the balloon. Should stop doing that. The stretching the balloon, then we can squeeze some of this in there, and we can turn it into in there. But I'm not going to do it because I've got some other things I want to show you first. Right, how are we getting on? We're doing all right for time. I like this. So we've got 2 lots of slime that we've currently done. I do have a 3rd one, which I'll do very shortly. Should we just have a look at this again? Look. Yes, she does. No, she doesn't, Zach. She's got servants. What's the point of having a servant to do things for you if you have to do things yourself? The Queen has a servant, Laura. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine what the Queen says? James, I need to bottom burp. Will you go outside and do it for me, please? That would be fun, wouldn't it? It's actually a gas. It is a gas. That was my air in my mouth coming out into the balloon. Balloon gets bigger, I let it go, and the actual end of the balloon goes. That's what makes the noise. You're dying here. Don't die yet. Wait to the end of the show first. Okay, because I've got some really good things for you. I can now smell it again. So if you have only just joined me, this morning we've made 2 lots of slime. You can watch the video again later and learn how to do it. And we're doing an exploding gas. Here it is. This is the one inside here. What I've done is I've got a liquid in here called Methylated Spirit. Please don't use anything else. And please only do it if you're doing it with an adult, okay? That is very important. Don't do it on your own. It is very, very good. Isaac the Bunny. Isaac the Bunny. That sounds really interesting. Makes you sound like a medieval poet. You've only just joined. Adult supervision, absolutely. It's really important. Always do things with an adult, please. This is very important. I'm allowed to do it because my mum said I can do it. Okay, so now I have this. This has now changed. I'm hoping I can smell it. It should have gas in it. And what we're going to do is we are going to set light to the gas, and the gas will go down here. The bottle will go like that, and it should make a whizzing noise. Okay, it's a bit light in here. You can't see it. In the dark, you'll actually see the flame come out. It's really cool. I do this on stage, and we drop the lights in the theatre, and it's amazing. I've got a really big barrel we do it from as well. My friend Russell knows this because Russell happens to be my technician. He does all the work, and I just stand around talking. So he does all the show for me. So here we go. Please don't do this at home. I'm hoping it will work. Whoa. That's the gas escaping from this tiny little hole. It's exploded. You couldn't see it because it was very quick, but it's actually the gas burning. Really, really good. And if I do it again, I will do it again. I bet this does it. It shouldn't do because we've burnt all the gas. There might be a little bit left. We'll see what happens. Just broken the match. Wow, says Isaac the Bunny, the medieval poet. That's really cool, isn't it? Right. Let's see if it goes again. It shouldn't do, but we'll see. You can see a bit of a flame coming out the top, but that's it. Absolutely nothing. And the reason is because the gas inside of here is now burnt. We now have to change more of this. Can you do it with your cat? What a great... I'll do it again in a minute. I now need to leave this to warm up, okay? Because we burnt the gas. This is what, so if you've learned something, to explode your mum. No, I love my mum. I don't want to explode my mother. Right, I'm going to leave that. It says what lemon wash it. It doesn't look like lemon to you. I think that might be my water. Right, I'll do that again in a minute. Right, okay, what are we doing? I have no idea. I don't know what I'm doing most of the time. I'm looking for my little jar, this one. Okay, little jar. I'm going to just do this experiment simply because as I was preparing for this morning, I discovered it. I'm not called an evil poet. No, you're not an evil poet. You're a medieval. You lived a long time ago. If you lived in the 1400s, you would have been medieval. In other words, you would have been a medieval poet going around telling people the news. Because, of course, in the medieval times, they didn't have television or radio or newspapers. So if you wanted to know what goes on in the world, if you wanted to know history, what you have to do is the poets and the bard, as they would be called, the medieval bard, would come round and tell you the news, and you'd find out who the king is. The king's dead. Is he really? Yes, he died about 2 years ago. It's taken me this long to come round to everybody. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of water in here. I might have put too much in. So a medieval poet. Yes, indeed, a medieval poet. Good versus evil. No, not good versus evil. It's a medieval poet. I like poetry, you see. I'm not very good at it. I like the arts. Right. I've got a jar of water. Okay. This water contains some of these elements. It contains 2 of the elements. Okay. Not elephants. Okay, Matilda. Not elephants. Elements. The shampoo one is going hard. Is it really? Hang on. Where's the shampoo one? The shampoo was my first one. Hello, I'm back again. There we go. Just start moving it again. Mine was still soft. It might be that it needed a little bit more shampoo in it. H2O from Janetta Hobbs. Yes, indeed. Well done. H2O. It contains 2 H's, which you can't see because it's up there and over the back around the corner. And that is hydrogen. The O is oxygen. And you put the hydrogen and oxygen together and it creates water. Now, what's really interesting is hydrogen is a gas. We shall make some in a minute. Oxygen is a gas. We breathe it in. If you set light to hydrogen, it goes bang. Set light to oxygen, it burns. Put them together and you make water. Water doesn't burn and it doesn't explode. Really interesting, isn't it? Because it's a chemical reaction. So make edible slime. Yes, I should have done, shouldn't I, really? You could make that with icing sugar and a little bit of water. A little bit of glycerin works as well with that. So there we go. This is my first one. It's still soft. It's still soft. So it's down to you to not overplay with it. You need to leave it for a little bit longer. How are we getting on with this one? Oh, this is the one made from baby oil. Oh, it feels lovely. It's beautiful. Comes that one again in a minute. Right, what are we doing? I've got a glass of water. H2O is water from Sunvi. Yes, that is a great answer. Aqua, water, H2O, 2 hydrogen, 1 oxygen. There we go. Hydrogen and oxygen. Explodey hydrogen, burny oxygen. Now water doesn't burn, doesn't explode. Really cool. Now what happens is, if I'm really clever, if I spin this really quick, can you see? I've got a little tornado. I'll do it this side because I think the light caught it. Oh, tornado! I have a tornado in a bottle. The water is whizzing round. This is really cool. You can do that. It's a very simple experiment. I like this. But what you really need is one of these. So cool. It is so cool. Thank you very much. I don't know if it is Richard Morris, but it's on Richard Morris's account. Cotton chips. What is cotton chips? I have no idea what we're talking about. I've got one of these. This is really clever. I also have two of these. And why this is really clever is because this screws onto here. I've got a bottle with a plastic thing. This is cool, good. Centrifugal force. It's so cool. Oscar Gooding, Oscar and Isaac, thank you so much for that. That's a great thing to say, isn't it? A centrifugal force, the force that throws things out from something that spins. So what I've got is I've got two bottles here, and I'm going to attempt, without making my floor really wet. Matilda, you're disgusting this morning. Dear oh me. I'm going to try and put, I got the wrong one here. Look at this. Professor. More mess. I'm good at making mess. My mum's always telling me off. You've got to clean up after you, Chaos. Right. So I'm going to get a bit, I will need quite a bit of water. In fact, I might, if it's not all over there, my sister is crazy from Harriet Tovey. You ought to see my pet brother. He's bonkers. All right. I'm going to put that in there. This is really good. I need to say a few good mornings to a few people I know watching. I'm pretty certain that Blaine and Connie are watching this morning. Good afternoon. It's afternoon now, isn't it? It is. Only just, but it's good afternoon to you. So it's good afternoon. It's good. I'm lost track of time. I'm making sure I don't run over. I'm getting into trouble. Good morning to Blonnie. Connie and Blaine. That's when you put the two together, you get Blonnie. Connie and Blaine, two friends of mine. They're my regular students. There's also Kira and Kai. Good morning to you. The wonderful Rosie. Good morning to you, Rosie. Lindsay. Good morning to you. Lots of other people. Right. Morning, Babbling Beak. Oh, good morning, Babbling Beak, Lindsay. Thank you very much for coming along. Right, I've got water in here. Now, what happens is, if you turn this upside down, my aqua, my H2O, is going down. Can you see? Did it on its own. It never does it on its own. The water has got, it's produced its own tornado. But can you see the water's going there? It's really odd, isn't it? It's probably because I put only a little bit of water in. So what I've got is, if I turn it upside down, what should happen is the water drips down and a few bubbles go up. Because the bubbles have to go up. Because as the water goes down in here, the air inside gets squeezed. And that will eventually stop the water going up. So the water and the air have to change places. Water comes down, air comes up. If you give it a bit of a spin like that, you should get, this is because this one's damaged. You can put food colouring in here. Food colouring makes it look pretty amazing. I've actually got a dent in the side of this one, so it's probably not going down very well. It's like a twister. It is a twister. It's a water twister. This is really good. This one is better one. So I'm hoping if I do this, this should work much better. You'll get a good view. There we go. It's a watery twister and it makes a lovely sound. Oh, it stopped. Would you believe it? I've got this perfect, that is a perfect hole. I can see straight down in there. There's a hole that goes from there through to here. Water changes places. It is a whirlpool. It is really cool. I like these. And I'll tell you what, if you want to get hold of one, I'll let you know at the end what you can do to get hold of one of these. So I'll put that down there and we'll come back to here. Right. Slime, just check on the slime. That's looking lovely, looking like an egg. This one down here. Oh, how we get that? This one's looking good. That one's a bit flowery because I dropped it back in the bowl, but it's still good. We still like this. This is excellent. Right, in the meantime, lettuce. Not lettuce, lettuce. Lettuce is a green thing you have with your salad. Should we do an explodey thing together? bird. It would look amazing with food colouring. Yes, it would. You can put food colouring in it. So let's have a look at something else, shall we? Where is my chemicals? I have got this here. Now, I've got my tin foil right, I have. That's good. I am now going to need some of the water that I've put in here. This is H2O. Please stop with the absolute gibberish. I've spent my life speaking gibberish. I'm fluent in it. I can't stop now, I'm afraid. I presume that was to me, Matilda. Right, here we go. More slime, please. Oh, we'll do that in just a second. I'm just going to do something in the meantime because we need to do something and let it cook for a bit, you see. So what I'm going to do is I've got some water. Here we go, some water. And what I'm going to do is, very, very cleverly, he's forgotten his spoon. But I have this chemical here. It is called sodium hydroxide. And I just need my knife. Sodium hydroxide. It's a boomer. Yes, it is. It's an absolute boomer. I will scare my mum, who's downstairs. She doesn't know I'm going to do this. I have to be very careful what I do. So here we go. Let's just open it up. This is going to spill everywhere. You just know it is. I just know it's going to be. Oh, good. It's in a bag. Last time it wasn't. This is called sodium hydroxide. There it is. It's sodium hydroxide. It looks a bit like sugar. It isn't sugar. It's not the sort of thing. It's not the sort of thing you want to put in your tea because it's highly dangerous. Okay. Sugar, yummy. No, Sally, it's not. Okay. It is. Put it into my. What I'm going to do is I've split the bag a little bit. I'm just going to pour a little bit into my water. Okay. Is it flat? Can you clean your hands now? Yes, you can, Audrey. Clean your hands. NaOH, you are absolutely right. This is sodium hydroxide. Well done. NaOH. Na is sodium. Oh, no, it's down here somewhere. O and H, oxygen and hydrogen mixed together. Sodium hydroxide. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put some of it in here. I've got sodium hydroxide in my water. Now, that's why I'm using a flask. This is called a flask because it's good for mixing. I'll put this on the floor here. Well, I won't kick it over. Right, okay. What I have is I have a hydrogen-rich material, water, and I want to get some of the hydrogen out. Now, I can feel this. You can't because you obviously don't have any. This is actually getting warm, which tells me I have a chemical reaction going on. The water and the sodium hydroxide are binding together. Exothermic. Can you use, oh, sorry, someone said, can you use oxygen? Hi, Freya. Somebody's talking to each other. There we go. I don't mind that. Talk amongst yourselves. That's fine. So what I've got is, I've got a chemical that is now mixed into water. It's hydrogen rich. I am going to need a balloon. I'm going to use a couple of balloons because it normally works that way. We're going to stretch a balloon. Stop doing that. That's not a good shaped balloon. That wasn't me. That was a balloon, Matilda. I need the right shape balloon. Okay, this is better shape. I know it is because when I do this, it behaves badly. So I'm stretching it. I've got 14 minutes to do everything I've got left to do. I'm going to take it to tin foil. It's not tin foil. Is that what we call it? But it isn't tin foil. It is aluminium foil, or aluminum if you're American. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to roll this into a small ball. Tin foil, that's what we call it. In the old days, it would be made of tin. Nowadays, it's made of aluminium. Okay, here we go. So what I'm going to do is I have aluminium foil, I have my hydrogen-rich material, and I'm going to drop the two in there. Then what I'm going to do is take my balloon, and I'm going to stretch it over the top like that. What's happening is the aluminium is going to react with the sodium hydroxide, and it will start to release a mixture of water gas and hydrogen. And in a minute, my little balloon will start filling up with gas. So now while that's cooking, I'm going to leave that there for a minute. I have just realised I have left one of my chemicals behind, which is a bit of a nuisance because it makes it actually quite difficult to do. But we're going to try it anyway. I'm so confuzzled. Yes, so am I. I've been confuzzled all my life. Okay, what I'm going to do is I can feel it warming up. I'm just going to give it a bit of a whiz there. And hopefully that will react in a minute and we'll start to get some hydrogen gas. So I think it is beginning to work. I'll show you in a second. Okay, right. In the meantime, we need a bowl. I've got a bowl. What I need you to do, put a tiny bit of washing up liquid into it. Okay. It's a very small amount, don't need a lot. We're now going to put the washing up liquid in it. You think you've done this experiment? This one, possibly. If you've done one of my live classes, the balloon is beginning to fill up with gas. It's now changing shape. It will change again in a moment. I will show in a second. So what I've got is I've got a mixture here of washing up liquid and shampoo, and I'm going to mix them together. And you end up with this pretty colour thing. If you're joining in, it's cooking with chaos once again. Okay, what I'm going to do is add a very small amount of... Did you see it? Did you see it pop? It's going up. It's inflating. It's a mixture of hydrogen gas and a mixture of water gas. So I'm going to put a little bit of flour in there. I've got to move quick because I'm running out of time. And what I need you to do is mix it together. Vix asked just if we could keep the chat sensible. It is nice if we keep it sensible. Some of my classes, it does generally get a little bit silly at times. We do just generally rein it in. What I've got is, I've got a mix that's working there. What I need to do is add a little bit more flour. Okay. And it's beginning to go. Corn flour is terrific. It's one of those things you can use for all sorts of things. Sorry, my dog's making the strangest of noises. It's still a bit liquidy for my liking, so I'm going to add a little bit more corn flour. Okay. I wish I had some chocolate sauce. That would go in it really well. Okay. So we've now got this liquid that is now going solid. Now, here's the interesting bit. It involves washing detergent. And this is it. I've already got some. I mix it up. I put it in my chemical bottle here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a few drops of it. Don't put a lot. A few drops. Yeah, don't put a lot in, says Kaos. Yeah, that worked, didn't it? Any alternatives? Washing liquids. You can buy powder like Daz in the old days. Or I'm showing my age here, Omo. You wouldn't remember that, but there's a powder called Omo. It was really good because you can add water to it and turn it into liquid. My kitchen is so messy. You should see my desk. Yeah, my mum's going to kill me. I've got this smooth paste because I've added far too much washing powder. And now I'm going to have to add a little bit more of this. Oh my goodness, we are running out of time. So, I do a little bit of competition. So for all those parents that are now listening in, I do a web broadcast, a podcast, every Thursday at 11 o'clock. You can watch again. I've got lots of them on the internet. And I also do teaching of science to classes in schools. I do a lot of home educated children. Thank you very much. I've got 5 minutes. So what I do is I do a lot of hands-on experiments. Everything I do is hands-on. Unfortunately, you've got to try and join in as best you can. But when I do it in class, we have a lot of scientists, mini scientists who are joining in. This one's still a bit sticky, but it's looking nice. I'm going to keep mixing it. What we do is do lots of experiments. I'm doing them online at the moment because obviously I can't teach in schools or with my homemade friends. So if you would like to have a look at my website, which is sciencemania.org, sciencemania.org. There you will find all the details of what I do. Now, if you would like to win a couple of these, I'm going to give away some of these tornado tube connectors. All you got to do is answer the following question. Some people go to school. You can always watch it again later. The question is, who invented the hovercraft? What is the name of the scientist who invented the hovercraft? I've now got slime on my head. If you know the answer, don't put it in the box. What you need to do is go to my website, which is sciencemania.org, and put in, you'll find there's a contact page on there. If you want to contact me, just contact me and tell me who the person was that invented the hovercraft. I will do a draw on Monday, so if you're watching again later on after the podcast has gone out, you've got until Monday, which is what the date today is, 11th, 12th, you've got to the 13th. Monday the 13th at 4 o'clock, I will do a draw, and whoever wins, we're going to get themselves a tornado tube connector. I will send it through the post to you. This is my new lot of slime. It is looking good. We are running out of time. I'm going to blow something up. So there's another slime using the washing powder in water. This is really interesting. So I'm going to just set this up to blow something up, which is going to cause a big problem because my hydrogen is still going. This is where I could get hurt. So I'm going to need to do this very safely. I am running out of time. So thank you very much for joining me. We are just going to blow this one up. Don't put it on there, Richard, because everyone will copy you. Make them work for it. Go onto the website, sciencemania.org, and you can tell me who the inventor of the hovercraft was. You will go into the draw. Okay. I've got a little bit of hydrogen, so it should make only a small bang. You can also look at my Facebook page, which is Freedom Learning UK. You can also go there as well. We also do lots of bits and pieces. If you'd like to know more about me and what I do as a scientist, as a children's scientist, that's how I like to think of myself, then why not go along and have a look at sciencemania.org. That is my website. I'm hoping this is going to work and just doesn't go, because sometimes they do. This balloon contains, yes, it's containing quite a lot of water, but hopefully a little bit of hydrogen. I don't want to burn my fingers. I am now going to set light to it like this, and hopefully we should get a little bit of a bang. Woohoo! That was a good one. Scared the dog. So thank you very much for joining me. I am sorry, my friends, we have run out of time. I could talk easily for another hour. I've got so many experiments that I can do with you. If you have enjoyed it, please do go along and have a look at sciencemania.org. You'll find lots of interesting things there, experiments that my students have done. There's stuff that I would love to say, Harriet. There's lots of things that my friends who work with me have done, and I can post it on the internet. I've got some optical illusions. I've got a little bit of a competition going on, all sorts of things. So thank you so much for watching me. Thank you so much for STEMtastic Live and the West Suffolk College for all their work in putting this together. Thank you very much for joining me. So from me to you, wherever you are in the world today, have a great day. And don't forget, be safe. Don't do anything without telling your parent. So thank you very much. Don't forget to enter the competition on the website, sciencemania.org, and I will see you again one day in the near future. Thank you very much. Bye, folks.